So I'm watching this guy swing this sword around, and his form is really beautiful and graceful. But Giant, it says Giant, I think. It's hard to tell what the sword is, but it's a straight sword. And they're using Wing Chun as hashtags, and like Wing Chun doesn't use swords; they use butterfly knives, and they're short blades with a big, thick like and a guard, and they're like a weird taper. They're meant for like this sort of technique. And this guy, he's like, oh, I could just strike him. Yeah, because he's gonna be spinning his sword away from you, coming at you. Like you really think he's gonna come at you like that? Like this isn't the Mortal Kombat movie, the original one. What is that scene? I think Sub Zero. He fights a guy who's all flash and pizzazz, and freezes him as he's like doing all these different forms and things. It just reminded me of that last fight I got into because he was mentioning like I will just wait for an opening and strike. And I'm like, yeah, I mean it's easy to think like that you're able to do that, but when an actual fight happens, like you're so full of adrenaline, and you have to actually just release and control yourself and become nothing. And so the last fight I got into, this has been a long time. Like I don't like fighting anymore. I prefer to use the mind. But this guy, I passed him in the parking lot for our apartment buildings, chases me down, gets out. And I'm just wearing sunglasses. I don't even say anything to him. And I'm smiling at him. And he decides to get a little bit too physical. He grabs me by my throat, and that's when my face went blank. I grabbed my key, and there's a pressure point on your wrist. And I did this to my father too. He couldn't even handle it when I was telling him the story. Like there's this little pressure point here, and like all this memory. I trained in when I was a child to memorize every single pressure point and like strike points. Like all that just came right back. I took my key, hit it, touched that point on his wrist, and his hand just like went weak. He was like visibly shocked and in pain, like that sort of thing. Then he apologizes, leaves, and left a note on my vehicle with a joint. It's like it's the funniest fucking thing. Like that's a true story of just like waiting for that one moment when somebody makes a mistake. And so like I know the patience it takes, the strength it takes that you're waiting for somebody to do something wrong. And honestly, I don't know if I could have beat him in like an actual fist altercation. He was a big dude. You tell he worked out consistently and often. And I was really scrawny then too, but I was quick, and I was trained to be really quick. And so he, that was so funny. He used his left arm, comes at me, and grabs me like this. I take my right arm, take the key, just a little tip of it, apply pressure to that point, his hand breaks off. Like he can't even. And I just remember my face going blank and feeling nothing. That is what martial arts is. And it's not always UFC and all that stuff. Like the other moments where you get like that. We used to fight when we were kids, and I haven't won every single fight, but fighting when you're a kid is a lot more fun than when you're an adult. Like you don't want to fight when you're an adult. It becomes life or death, and you can change somebody's entire future fighting as an adult. So I prefer to fight with the mind and try to improve and better people. And there's no reason to like nobody taught me how to do that. All they did was inspire me to think about pressure points and how to utilize them by studying my own body. But because I'm big, because I'm ugly, and I'm trying to get back in shape, but the fucking snow would melt already so I can go back out on the mountain. Like, my body is itching to go back outside, and it's driving me nuts. Trying to build a repetition, build a pattern, consistency, trying to, it's fucking May. It's May 7th. There shouldn't be 2.5 feet of snow on the ground right now. It should be warm and comfortable and fresh mountain air and the smell of pine trees. And pine cones too added like this weird potpourri fragrance to Colorado that I've always just been addicted to. And yeah, I've been sore, but when you get that sore, then you get this itch in your muscles, and like I'm so itchy right now. It's pissing me off. So maybe I need to get something that I can, you know, I don't know, like a both, both. Some sort of. I have dumbbells, but maybe that'll work, or I'll train with my axe or something. This thing is 8 pounds, and I feel my grip strength getting a little better based on the leverage, force, control. It's not shaky anymore, and I never used to be able to grab it that far down and do that, so I am, in fact, becoming stronger. So I know that, you know, whatever I'm doing is working. Love this axe. It's so much fun to use. It's one of these tools that like when you have a tool, you look forward to using it. Like that's why you get tools. That's one reason why I hate when people call guns tools. Like I don't look forward to using my gun as a tool. I look forward to enjoying it as a toy. Two different emphases on purpose. And so, oh, this movie. Yeah, this is a really good movie. It's one of Emma Stone's finest. She's pretty much become my favorite actress now. It used to be Saoirse Ronan, but she delved back into this like period drama area Victorian era nonsense for like fucking 6 years straight. I was like, come on. You got Hannah fucking epic. City of Ember, one of my favorite films. Awesome film. Bill Murray's even in it. What else is there? There's Violet and Daisy. Uh, The Lovely Bones. If you can get past the whole, pedophile murder thing. Isn't Mark Wahlberg in that? I haven't watched that movie in a long time. It disturbs me. What else? She was in, I think, Vivarium. No, not Vivarium. That's a different film. That's Jesse Eisenberg's. Yeah, he's in that. What the fuck she do to her hair? She was such a natural beauty, like a true Irish girl, and she's always doing something stupid. I'm still waiting for this guy to make something decent, whatever his name is. He looks just like the biggest piece of crap. not, not that I even objectify people by view. He just, I don't know. He was in that Willy Wonka movie. It's terrible. Everything he's done is terrible to me. But I never, I don't stick to an opinion of people. People can. That's the way Nebraskans are. Like we fight, we come together, we laugh, we do something really great, impress people, make mistakes, lose that respect. Like that's just how we are, and we were raised in that dynamic. It's actually a really interesting dress. Huh. Weird. It's rare to see a woman that looks good in green. What is this guy's name? I don't even know his name. He just looks like such a fucking dork. Maybe that's why, like, I'm insecure that we kind of have similar. Well, when I was younger, similar facial features. Now I'm completely different. My bone structure has grown, but still waiting for something good. What the fuck is his name? It's I have no idea. I can't even. Has Rachel Wise done anything lately? I love her in The Mummy. She too. She's one of those women that develop a bone structure that is just beautiful. Oh my god, The Lobster. I forgot about that film. Yeah, she hasn't been doing much. That's a bummer. Uh, Untitled Mummy Project? What is that even? Sea ants? Shants? Shants? On a wet afternoon. SEANCE. I've never seen that word before. What was she in? The Brothers Bloom? Or no? She was in. I think the last film that I really liked of hers. She's this like genius, isolated girl that learns all sorts of things. She's in the. I don't remember her in that. Yeah, The Brothers Bloom. Such a fun film. And Anyway, Saoirse, she her name is so weird because it actually teaches you how to enunciate in Irish. Saoirse. Saoirse. It's really hard for my tongue. That sword is way too big for him, but I go from talking about martial arts. She played the banjo. It's such an easy instrument, though. It's really about your finger plucking. That's all it is. I forget what they call that. Your picking structure, plucking structure, whatever. It's, what the fuck did she do to her hair? She looks like one of those older men that you can tell they dyed their hair to prevent it looking gray or something, you know? It looks absolutely awful in this photo. But maybe that's a real thing. Timothy Chalamet. That is that guy. Yeah. I was curious to see if he's done anything because he creeps me out. And I creep out so many people, so I can understand now why people don't, you know. Let's see if he's done anything. I mean, if he's a Saoirse Ronan and what is their name, Lily Depp. I'm not gonna say two flowers for a single name. Come on, Johnny. Complete unknown. Oh yeah, he did a film where he's Bob Dylan. I've been meaning to watch that. We'll give that a try. I saw some ads for it. He actually did a really good performance. And, not a fan of Dune. Wonka. Like, just leave it to the way it was. The original Willy Wonka was a masterpiece. There was no need to remake it. I don't even remember his name either. God, I'm so stupid. The hell was his name? Brilliant actor. Oh, it's on Tubi. This used to be my favorite film. Yeah, Gene Wilder. I can't remember people's names. Like I struggle with names. Young Frankenstein. One of the greatest comedies ever fucking made. Absolutely brilliant. This fucking weirdo, Marty Feldman. He just goes all in. He's just like, well, I got the eyes of a chameleon. Might as well use my weakness as a strength. And he just pulls off Igor like you wouldn't believe. Oh man, this guy too. Haven't seen him in a while. Peter Boyle. He God, what the fuck do I remember him from? Not explicitly. Everybody loves Raymond, but I used to watch that show. What the hell is it? There's something that I specifically remember him from that he really stood out and sucks seeing people get old. Fucking hate it. But that's life. Then that's, you know, if we lived forever, we would experience more pain than pleasure. And so we would become more and more evil. Well, there's a reason he's still in Hollywood, is Timothy. He's trying. I respect that. Don't like him. I don't like him at all, but that doesn't matter. Concepts of free energy. I figured it out, but we don't need it. I wrote that allegory. Well, I guess I never actually like penned it. I wrote it in my brain about a civilization that if we provide free energy, would we be able to still analyze those great like minds of our past that afford energy for the weaker and the multiples of the people that just reproduce like fucking rabbits, basically. That be fruitful and multiply. Come on. And that too is a paradox that you have to consider, like the variables of biological formalities. But I've talked about it before in other videos. But the allegory is that if we were to create free energy and provided an entire future of peace for people, but let's design it to fail and collapse, let's say 10,000 years. Would the people be able to fix it? Or would society collapse? I was talking lately about this, yeah. I found that. So, if we create free energy, will it degrade what makes us so special? And what makes us special is free will. It's these fucking things in our heads, these big ass brains that we have. Yeah, ode to the brain, and we're not ready yet. If we could ever be, who knows? It takes. I don't even remember my calculation, but it takes like 1,000 years. It takes to implement a natural physical instinct or like a moral change or an ethical change. It takes so long to develop that inherently in people. And so we can't just give free energy out. Even if, like, let's say we're in a biome and we can figure it all out. The only issue is that then we will lose what we are because we are incapable of reproducing the success of our past. this weather pisses me off. I'm not even making a joke about it. It's actually pissing me off. Like, I didn't get to go anywhere today. I knew I would get stuck. I've only got my Jeep stuck 2 times, now 3. And I knew what would happen, but I was testing it just to see if I was right. And yeah, the dirt, the oil, everything's soaked so deep that you can't even cut through it. And so it just embeds your tread. That's why this whole place needs to be stoned. We need to stone. Not like murdering with stones or marijuana. It needs to be like cobblestone. Cobblestone can be slippery though. But so I think I'll have to use natural stone around and line just embed it everywhere. But it's very difficult to do that without creating lumps. You have to have it would take so much time, and I can't even go outside right now and work outside. Like, how the fuck am I going to do that? How am I going to dowel the earth and make a smooth road of natural stone of the area without pissing off the neighbors too, because like it would take fucking ages. And this goddamn fucking snow, 2 feet of snow, heavy, dense snow, like in the middle of fucking the early of May. Like, God, I'm so annoyed. I went and grabbed my chains. I thought, let's test the chains. I just decided, fuck this. I'm gonna try to use this towards the comedy I'm pursuing. Trying to figure out this character of this crazed mountain man. The depth and dynamics, I'm using inspiration from Woody Allen. Let's just say that. He's awesome. I love that fucking guy. But this fucking snow is outrageous. I'm gonna have to go and dig myself out. It's just fine, but it's May. It's fucking May 7th. I shouldn't be putting up with this right now. Never seen this in 16 years. This much snow at this time of year is absolutely insane. Like, it's ridiculous. And my tires are a bit more worn, so I knew the tread would be embedded. And because it was warmer, so then as it snowed over the last few days, it's going to soak into the dirt. And if that doesn't freeze, it doesn't harden. And so, like, the dirt itself, it just becomes slippery like ice. How annoying. Like, I don't like being trapped. I don't like feeling like I can't make a choice and go somewhere and do something unless I can prepare for it. And so living here, with the most unpredictable weather that you can imagine, maybe it's pushing me back into that state of lack of self awareness where you just feel nature and exist with it. But, like, also, too, I've trained so long to fight anything negative, to fight weaknesses, that this now has become a weakness. And so, I mean, like, I could dig myself out, but I want to allow that weakness to, like, embalm me. And got to address them. Just like when it comes to like who I am, I'm a method actor, and so I will live in my weaknesses and emphasize them because I I'm so tired of always being right about everything. I think it's been a cause for why I'm so alone. Is that I always know what somebody's going to say. Like, people can't say anything to me because I'm going to know what you're going to say. It's quite a fucking bummer. And so I'm addressing that and trying to reduce my analytical sense of mind. And I could have dug it out. I could have created lines. I could have broke it down. I could have. I was gonna bring the rake and rake out the snow, and like I would have been fine to go to town. But at the same time, I wanted to lose so that I could know why I lost. To understand these weaknesses, I create these weaknesses and these flaws too, as well, to address them. And so, figuring out this character, this comedy that I want to write, and pursue whatever this weird mountain man is. Still don't really know how to see him. Like, it's not me, but it's using me as a dynamic, shifting on positives and negatives. Oh, I love Squirt. It's my favorite soda. So, what do I do? Embrace more emotion, fabricate more emotion. Maybe I'll start a fire, but the wood pile is covered in like a foot of fucking snow. I looked at that, I was like, oh my god. It's just quiet right now. Beautiful silence. I just, I will admit I am getting a bit lonely. I think I'm finally being defeated by loneliness. That now, because I have this to experience, something I've always wanted and loved, that why can't I have the other thing? And, I'm going to try to overcome that. But it just, all the old people that have been here all this time, they're all pretty much being pushed out. And they want to turn Estes into a fucking profit town. What level of woman would want to be in a place like this with me? They don't exist. There was one woman, but she's older. She was way older than me. That worked at the liquor store, and she was such a nerd and dork and just clearly crazy. But she grew up in this area here, and I haven't seen her in a while. I don't know what happened to her, but I don't like learning people's names. I don't like pursuing women. It annoys the shit out of me. Because I think of Zombieland. I do get a vote. Haven't you ever heard of women suffering? This is so funny. Oh, that film gets me. I don't know what to do. There's so much to think about. I just want to go out and work on the mountain and start transplanting trees. But nature is just being a fucking dick. It's all these assholes that move here. And, like, I get it. You know, you're still used to where you had a lot of water, you had a lot of electricity, everything was a bit more affordable. And so you could exploit it. And so Colorado, I'm guessing, seeded these fucking clouds immensely to cause this snowstorm. Like, because there are concerns about, you know, electrical shortages. But also now I'm suffering because of that. Though I conserve so much. Like, it looks way brighter in here than it actually is. It's not as bright as it looks on the video. And, like, there's very few things that I need. And I guess it's just going back to that whole thing where your grandmother used to yell at you, turn off the lights. Turn off the lights. Don't leave the fridge open. You know, all that stuff. Well, it's so cold, like, here. It's literally 40 degrees inside of this building right now. But I'm comfortable. It's just that, like, I can leave the fridge open because the ambient temperature is the same as the temperature in the fridge. I've considered just, like, turning it off in the winter and just leaving the door open. We'll see if I can do that. I might just use nature to do what historically has been done. Learned about, like, I've studied my entire life how to survive up here. And so there's natural refrigerators that are cooling buildings or sheds that were designed around using, you know, nature itself to preserve and keep your food cold and stuff like that. I haven't thought about that in a while, so I don't know how to explain it or express it properly. Oh my God, you are not a victim for being black. Such a racist film. But it's also a mock. It also demonstrates the struggles of women at this era, too. Like, hypocrisy is a very funny thing. The paradoxes that are created through objectifying others for feeling as you are objectified, as if you would have made better choices, is purely naive. You exist. Why do you exist? If I am such a problem for my skin color, thus as you feel you are a problem of your skin color, then why do you even exist? And that's why it's so naive. Oh, man, I cannot get rid of all this. So I think tomorrow I'll go and just dig myself out, and that'll be a good way to work out my body. What to use this for? It's a really shitty run out that failed. It exploded, this thing. It just fucking blew off when I hit it. And hit with it. I mean, maybe I'll turn it into firewood. I can smoke some meat with it. It's hickory. And I would have to properly seasoned and carbonized, sealed end. Slowly over a campfire. It takes a long time to do it properly. And I don't know. Like I said, the contrasts are weird. You can see the cameras changing all sorts of different ways. The AI on this computer, so I can look away and I'll come back and it'll lighten and darken. The AI is just, but it is useful on Google. So I haven't shut it off. You can shut it off, but it does offer a lot. Like, you know, it'll research things and interpret you quite well, but I don't think it has a purpose for the future. These boots. These are fucking awesome. Comfortable. They trap my toes, which normal people don't like that. I do. I like a compressed foot in my shoe. Makes me quicker, more agile. I have more control. These just have the perfect compression. And I was able to walk to my car in 2 feet of snow, feel the terrain, and I think I fell once though, but that's just because I don't know. Subconsciously, maybe I wanted to fall. I don't know. There's so much drag when you're in that deep of snow. And so I just sit there and laugh for a bit before standing back up. Because why not? It doesn't Emma Stone have naturally curly hair? She straightens it. Like this is her real hair. I don't know. I thought I remember reading about that. She has actual like curly hair. But who knows? I don't give a shit about facts about celebrities, so I only care about their performances. It's why it's so tough for them to bond. What the fuck? Is this woman real? There's some girl that cosplays as Wednesday Addams, but is a ridiculous badass. Hesitates, I had to nail. Face my fears and conquer thrones. Put it on the line when it's time to go. Oh, they want to talk about greatness. Putting in work like a day shift. Ball so hard, need a Naismith. This is my time, won't waste it. Won't waste it. This is my time, won't waste it. I won't waste it. This is my time, won't waste it. She has the faces real nice. The older versions of them. I don't think it's real.
I'm sorry, somebody trying to...
It's a half-decent sounding guitar. The classic, though. Yeah, what the fuck is going on with the weather? There's a lot of posts about it. Like, this is not normal. Like, normally you would get this type of snow. What is happening? What is making sounds? Shut the fuck up. God. Like, this snow is abnormal this much for this time of year, especially. Like, it'll snow in May, typically, early May. But for it to still be 30 degrees outside, what temperature? 27 right now, it says. And then apparently we have wind conditions. Some weird shit going on. It's supposed to be warm tomorrow in the 50s, and I'll finally get into 60s. But I like low 60s is my favorite. If it's a dry heat, the 90s are nice. It feels like you're just baking alive. But you don't have humidity, so it's not a problem. Maybe we'll sit in front of the fireplace and think. I don't know what else I have to think about. I wanted to get a pizza. Have something to bake. What to do other than drink myself into submission. It's 2 a.m. So, I guess we'll indulge in some physics. Our universe, I predicted conformal cyclic cosmology, and I've tested myself vigorously to my analyses of theories and my ideas. Not that I'm the best at math or anything, but math has so many flaws that you can't really trust the analysis of it. And so Roger Penrose suggests that our beginning, the Big Bang, was the end of another universe and the start of another. Well, when you look at Hawking radiation, imagine holding a black hole in your hands. It's radiating outwardly. There is a network of dark matter that then is radiating too. So it's going back and forth. And that's why the universe is expanding, why it's contracting, why there's all these weird little abnormal things going on in theory that I honestly can't even remember anymore because I've tried to shut my brain off. But so we live in what I call a dark matter sponge, and that's the best way to imagine it. Is a sponge. It has all those pores. It can hold water in those pores, but then it has a network and structure. So imagine the sponge, it's dark matter, black holes, or quanta is what I call it. And I don't necessarily believe in string network condensates, but strings are just how theory is trying to attempt to tie energy, flux, and spatial flux together. And so the universe, when you get to that level, conformal cyclic cosmology is a rationality that the Big Bang Theory is parallel universes. So each pore of the sponge would be a parallel universe. Hawking radiation. It's going to flux. And that is the universe. And can't drink enough gin to get myself drunk. I mean, I love holding the whole universe in my brain, but at the same time, I'm a human, and humans do not like that. Let's just be honest. They don't fucking like it. You can hold entire galaxies and realities inside of your brain, and like, I'm having to resort to pure gin. I'm not even liquidating it. liquidating, reducing content. So what to use this for? I've been considering using it for that railroad cutter, but it might not be strong enough. What to do with myself? Don't want to play music. Don't want to think. Don't want to sleep. Don't want to be in a bedroom. Don't want to do anything. I don't want to do anything, and I don't want to not do anything. It's a weird emotion. Like, I want to, I don't know, look forward to eating a pizza, maybe. That's how I should explain it. No woman could ever handle being with me. I am insufferable. I don't mean to be, but to be honorable, I cannot sacrifice for the naivety of mankind anymore, you know? I can't just give myself away to other people to pretend as if their objectification is right upon my reality. I can't do that anymore. I tried so long to change myself. And all I learned was that the more I changed myself for other people to attempt to be part of civilization and society and all that junk, that I had so many more dynamics than other people that even if I pursued honesty, I was losing like what I might actually be, or I'm producing what I might actually be. And so it's this massive paradox structure. So I have to drink a lot. Like I can't, like when I'm sober, I'm either nothing, completely empty, devoid of thought, constantly focused, or I think way too much. And so I just it allows a nice balance, you know, and you can control that balance rather than somebody else controlling it for you by drugging you into a psychosis. That's why I don't trust psychologists or psychiatrists. And why don't I just oil this just in case I want to use it? I wouldn't mind smelling some linseed oil. God, I love the smell of linseed oil. What to do? I don't know. I wish I could. I don't know. I drove to South Dakota to see a girl. And the only way to express it is to say, like, I thought she was the most important thing. reality. I thought she was the definition of explanation to define my life and future, and she got married here. It was tough for me to come back to Estes Park for a long time because of that. I just felt utterly insulted. And like, all I was naive. I was a fool. That's all. It's a bit thick, though, for that sort of stuff. Like, what woman would want to be with me right now, in this moment? I would even be concerned about you. Like, why would you want to be with me? There's something wrong with you. Nobody wants to be with me. Maybe Bonnie Clyde. I don't know. Maybe for a hatchet or something, it'll still work just fine. Once we get past the run out, it's about to there. So that length would be okay for hatchet, or the run out is bad. To do. I wish I could smell this all the time. When you have that carbonized wood and you break it off, and it absorbs with the linseed oil. Oh, it smells so good. What was that store? The Brass Armadillo would smell like this because they had old furniture. The entire store smelled just like this. Hated going to those places, but now I'm fond of it for some reason. Like, you look around, it's like, what else is there to do? Oh my god. Beautiful fragrance. I would love this entire building to smell like that. I have to. Well, I have like 5 gallons of boiled linseed oil, but there's still natural bark. Like, what the fuck do do I do? I don't want to make a mistake. I always kind of miss the brass armadillo. Running around those stores. Looking at so many things. Just. That is lovely. And Emma looks good with curly hair. She looks so humble. I don't think the word's humble. Is that a weeping willow? My third favorite tree is a weeping willow. Used to be my favorite until I started learning more about trees. She looks absolutely beautiful in this movie. This one's still curing. She ages extremely well. I am very envious of the man that got to have a child with her. But we wouldn't get along in person. No one can enjoy me. There isn't a single person. I think Christy was right. I am unlovable. I belong in this isolation. But it is technically solitude, but just I don't know what I did. To deserve whatever this is. Whether it's good or bad. It takes a long time to get that smooth carbonization. I overdid the side. I was experimenting with the torch instead of a fire. You need a wood fire. It's much better than a direct conical flame. Oh, God, that is intoxicating. I want to meet a woman that smells like that. I won't stop smelling her. That's probably weird to say. I don't know. Like, I miss those old buildings, walking into them and smelling like this. There's other fragrances. Dr. Pepper, the guy who made it, he was trying to create a flavor that mimics his. It was a pharmacy or it was some sort of, because it's really old. It wasn't technically a pharmacy, but it was like a general store or something. And man, He's like, I want to drink that. Just amazing fragrance. Yeah, we'll just like rub some on my mustache. I probably should not do that. Who knows what will happen? Well, as Voltaire explains, happiness cannot be a constant stimulus. And so, if I were to rub it on my face and constantly smell it, I would dull out my senses. So you wait until it's 2:30 in the morning on a Thursday with 2 feet of snow outside and seed oil that you let condense for a month and a half, 2 months. I don't even remember, honestly. To rub it on a broken axe handle to experience that beautiful fragrance. It's kind of like maple syrup to me, like how other people experience maple syrup, like real maple syrup, is how I experience this. So good. Something to keep me going throughout the night. Hmm. Hmm. An hour and 12 minutes I've been talking. I apologize for that.